Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. A deadly escalation stuns Southeast Asia. Thailand's F-16 fighter jets have launched cross-border airstrikes deep into Cambodian territory. A push an ASEAN crisis into open conflict. What began as a border standoff has now erupted into full-blown military action. Tensions between Thailand and Cambodia have been rising for weeks. But today's air assault may be the spark that ignites a regional war. Asean leaders are on high alert. Today, July 2025, will go down in history as the day that Southeast Asia changed forever. Early this morning, Thai F-16s conducted coordinated bombing runs on suspected Cambodian military posts near the disputed Dangrek Mountains. The strikes caught Phnom Penh completely off guard. Cambodian sources are reporting significant casualties with dozens killed or wounded. In response, Thailand deployed electronic warfare aircraft to jam Cambodian radar systems. It's believed these jets were accompanied by unmanned aerial vehicles that provided targeting data in real time. On the ground, Thai artillery units are providing fire support against anti-aircraft defenses. They're also targeting suspected militant positions within Cambodia. Now, we go to live footage from the Thai side of the border where there appears to be some sort of ceremony taking place. Now, the timing of this event is likely not a coincidence. It seems as though Thailand may be preparing for further military action against Cambodia. Bangkok insists that this attack was a defensive measure aimed at neutralizing threats along the Thai-Cambodian border. According to a statement released by the Royal Thai Army, they claim that Cambodia harbored armed militants who have been targeting Thai soldiers. This has created a serious security situation along the Thai-Cambodian border. As a result, the Royal Thai Army has conducted operations to suppress hostile elements within Cambodian territory. Now, this is the official account released by the Thai Ministry of Defense. So, take that with a grain of salt. And we'll get into more detail about this conflict shortly. As of now, this is an evolving story. We're going to continue monitoring it closely. But here's what we know so far. These attacks occurred just after midnight local time. Multiple explosions were heard across the border region, with some reports indicating as many as 12 air-to-surface missiles were used. For obvious reasons, it's difficult to verify these numbers right now. The primary targets were located near Adar, Minche province. At least 2 separate airfields were struck. Footage has emerged showing extensive damage to buildings, suggesting that these were military installations. Additionally, the bridges near the border region have been destroyed, effectively cutting off resupply and reinforcements for any potential ground offensive. But it's important to mention that this conflict is deeply rooted in a long-standing territorial dispute over the Dangrek Mountains, which straddle the border between Thailand and Cambodia. Both countries have laid claim to these lands. The situation escalated recently when Thai authorities accused Cambodia of permitting armed groups to launch attacks against Thai military forces stationed in the area. Now, according to Thailand, these attacks left several soldiers wounded, and in response, they conducted the airstrikes early this morning. The goal, they say, is to neutralize these threats and protect the lives of Thai citizens and soldiers along the border. However, the use of force has raised serious concerns among neighboring ASEAN member states, especially Vietnam and Cambodia. They fear that this conflict could spiral out of control and draw in other countries. Now, in reaction, Vietnam has called for restraint and urged all parties to exercise self-restraint, stop military activities that escalate tensions, and avoid any action that complicates the situation. That's a direct message to Thailand. Similarly, Cambodia has lodged a strong protest with the Thai embassy in Phnom Penh demanding an explanation for these airstrikes. They claim that the attacks caused serious damage to their country's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and that these acts violate international law. and the UN Charter. Cambodian has demanded an immediate halt to the strikes and has called for a meeting with Thailand to discuss the situation. This crisis has put ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, in a precarious position. As the world's most diverse regional organization, it has traditionally played a vital role in maintaining peace and stability in Southeast Asia. However, divisions within ASEAN run deep, and Thailand enjoys strong support from powerful nations like the United States. The current situation reflects a growing rift between ASEAN members and raises questions about the organization's relevance in the face of these tensions. Now let's discuss how the global community is responding to this conflict. The United States, China, and the European Union have issued urgent calls for de-escalation. They fear that this conflict could spiral into a broader regional war with unpredictable consequences. Now, ASEAN member states are convening an emergency meeting in Jakarta to address the crisis. However, divisions within the group are apparent. While some like Vietnam and Laos advocate restraint, others such as the Philippines and Indonesia express alarm over the potential for a wider war. The situation highlights the challenges ASEAN faces in maintaining unity and taking decisive collective action. As we conclude our coverage of this evolving situation, we want to emphasize that the use of military force along the Thai-Cambodian border has profound implications for regional stability. It challenges the norms of international conduct and undermines efforts to maintain peace in Southeast Asia. The international community is closely monitoring the situation and calling for all parties involved to prioritize diplomacy and peaceful resolutions to find a lasting solution to this conflict. It is crucial that cooler heads prevail to prevent further escalation and protect the interests of all nations in the region. Now, the true scale of this disaster is difficult to comprehend at this moment, but we can say with certainty that lives have been lost on both sides. Families have been torn apart by the violence, their homes, their businesses destroyed by bombs. Children are traumatized, witnessing horrors no one should ever see. Their day-to-day lives now overshadowed by the constant threat of airstrikes. And as this crisis deepens, the human cost becomes immeasurable. The world watches with bated breath, hoping for a swift resolution to this conflict. Leaders must come together to find common ground. They must set aside their differences and prioritize the safety and well-being of their people. The international community must stand united in calling for peace, urging all parties to return to the negotiating table and find a peaceful resolution to this conflict. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video and share for more updates. But now I'm going to turn it over to the expert for a deep dive into the Thai-Cambodian conflict. Let's start with the basics. Why are these two ASEAN member states who have generally enjoyed peaceful relations suddenly at loggerheads? Well, the recent flare-up is over the disputed areas in the Dangrek Mountains, which straddle the border between the two countries. These mountains are rich in natural resources, including precious minerals and gemstones. They've long been a source of contention. But why now? Why is Thailand escalating the issue? Well, the answer lies in the political calculus of the Thai elite. In recent years, Thailand's military leader sought to distract public attention away from domestic issues. By stirring nationalist sentiments, they aim to rally the Thai population around the flag. And what better way to achieve that than by drumming up a conflict over territorial disputes with neighboring countries? The underlying objective is to rally the Thai public in support of the regime, thereby reducing internal dissent. However, this strategy comes at a cost. The conflict is causing untold suffering to ordinary people on both sides. It's raising tensions across Southeast Asia and distracting all parties from pressing shared priorities. In terms of the military build-up, it's clear that Thailand feels emboldened by its alliance with the United States. The U.S. is arming Thailand with advanced capabilities like the F-16 fighter jets and providing intelligence sharing and logistical support. This creates a power imbalance to pursue aggressive actions. The presence of American military assets in the region is seen as a deterrent, discouraging Cambodia from retaliating and possibly even encouraging Thailand to escalate. Let's talk about the Asean factor. What does membership in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations have on Thailand's behavior? You would think that being part of ASEAN would discourage Thailand from starting a war with Cambodia. But it's quite the opposite. Thailand knows that ASEAN's consensus-based decision-making process makes it almost impossible to reach a united and decisive response. And this gives Thailand room to maneuver, knowing that any condemnation from ASEAN will be watered down in the pursuit of consensus. It's unfortunate, but Thailand is exploiting the weaknesses of the organization it's a member of. Looking ahead, let's discuss the possible scenarios and outcomes of this conflict. Will it lead to a wider regional war? How might the involvement of external powers shape the situation? You see, the stakes are high. If this conflict spirals out of control, it could trigger a wider war, drawing in major powers like the United States, China, and Russia. It's a dangerous possibility that the international community is desperately trying to prevent. There are two possible scenarios that could play out. The first is containment. Regional powers like Vietnam and Indonesia, together with the United States, China, and the EU could pressure Thailand into pulling back. This might involve diplomatic sanctions, economic measures, and conditional security assistance. The second scenario involves tacit acceptance. If Thailand succeeds in rallying majority support within ASEAN, then the conflict might be allowed to continue. ASEAN would condemn the violence but fail to impose effective measures due to internal divisions. In either case, the immediate priority is preventing further escalation. But let's be clear, this conflict won't be easily contained. There are too many variables at play. Even if Thailand eventually withdraws, the damage will be done. Trust between ASEAN member states has been shattered. The principles of non-interference and respect for sovereignty are thrown out the window, and the regional security architecture is irreparably damaged. So, what does the future hold for Southeast Asia? The path forward is fraught with challenges. Rebuilding trust among ASEAN members will be a monumental task. Resolving long-standing territorial disputes peacefully will require renewed commitment. Prioritizing regional stability and shared prosperity over narrow national interests is essential. Failing to do so risks turning Southeast Asia into a new Cold War battleground. Let's end with a call to action. It's time for ASEAN to evolve beyond being a talking shop. It's time to translate lofty ideals into concrete actions. It's time to defend the hard-won peace and stability of Southeast Asia. It's time for ASEAN to stand united and decisively against aggression, bullying, and war. The world is watching. The future of Southeast Asia hangs in the balance. It's now or never for ASEAN. I hope that helps you understand the unfolding events in Southeast Asia. Remember to stay tuned for more updates. Thank you for listening and stay safe.